Hey guys, today we're looking at the most entitled people on Reddit, where Karen demands to move in. You wouldn't let her be homeless. Am I the a-hole for not letting my coworker stay at my place, even though I have the space? Post by Emma11. So I, 23 female, live alone in a small 2-bedroom apartment. One room is mine, and the other is basically my everything room. It's my office, my closet, my storage. Sometimes I'll just lay on the floor in there and stare at the ceiling when life sucks, lol. It is not a guest room. I've lived with some horrible roommates before, so I worked really hard to be able to afford my own place. And I love having my own space. It's literally my safe little bubble. Anyways, one of my coworkers, 25 female, got into a huge fight with her roommates, and they kicked her out. She was venting at work, and I felt bad, and was like, oh my god, that sucks, and even sent her a few places to look at. I was trying to be helpful without inviting chaos into my life, you know? Later that night, she texted me saying, hey, I was thinking maybe I could crash with you for a few weeks, since you live alone and have the space. Oh my god, the only response to that is, I don't have the space, sorry. I literally got that sinking feeling in my chest. No. I'm not even close with her. We're cool at work, but we've never even hung out outside of lunch breaks and complaining about our boss. She doesn't know anything about me, and I don't know her like that. Why would she live in my house? So I replied super politely, like, I totally get that you're going through it right now, but I really value my space, and I'm just not in the place where I can have someone stay with me. Like, I was nice. I didn't ghost her, didn't ignore her, just said no. The next day, she was acting really weird. Then another coworker tells me that she's been going around saying that I let her be homeless when I have an entire room to myself. How does she even know about that? Like, girl, first of all, she's staying at her boyfriend's place. And second of all, I pay to live alone. That's the whole point. I don't want to feel tense and uncomfortable in my own space. I don't want to tiptoe around a person I barely know. And I definitely don't want to deal with just a few weeks turning into I'm looking but nothing's coming through yet for 2 months. Plus, the way her roommates booted her out with no notice, I doubt she's a great roommate. Now people at work are acting like I'm the bad guy. Sorry for not letting a coworker move into my apartment because she had a bad fight. I don't know, I feel bad, but like, also, no. Am I the a-hole? No. Anyone who thinks they're entitled to live in their coworker's house is weird. It's weird that she even asked. Update. She went to jail, lol. Don't know what happened, but I feel horrible to say that I laughed. Well, solves that issue. Edit, cause I have to highlight my favourite comment. Go up to the people that had something to say and tell them that they're horrible for not bailing her out. Yeah, this just proves that it should have been an absolute nightmare to live with. Alright, well, at least it can't get any worse. Entitled mother lets her kid steal my blind cane. I spoke too soon. So, a bit of backstory. I'm a 28-year-old woman who just recently went fully blind. When I was a teenager, I volunteered with my local youth group to help rebuild Mississippi after Hurricane Katrina. And while down there, I picked up a fungal parasite called histotopoplasmosis that, over a decade, migrated to my eyes and slowly caused blindness. Okay, new fear unlocked! I've been totally blind for about a year now, so I'm still pretty new to it, but I digress. When I first went blind, I barely left the house and was afraid to go out in public. I felt like everyone was staring at me, and in all honesty, I barely knew what I was doing. The transition was difficult, and I didn't have any support group to teach me. One day, my husband asked if I could take an Uber down to the bank to deposit our rent check. I reluctantly agreed. While out, he messaged again and reminded me that we were out of a few crucial groceries. There was a Walmart literally across the street from the bank, so I figured everything in life is an experience and I'll have to learn how to shop alone eventually, so why not? Gotta say, I'm not a fan of this husband so far. Everything was fine at first, and I was only grabbing a few things, so I didn't need a cart. I was using my cane and what little echolocation skills I had at the time to get around, but I was still bumping into things, as us blind people tend to do. My cane suddenly hit something a bit softer. I figured I must have whacked someone's leg, so I apologised. Cue entitled kid and entitled mother. Me: I'm sorry. Entitled mother: hey, you just hit my son. Me: I'm so sorry, ma'am. I didn't see him there. Entitled mother begins yelling: how could you not see him? He's clearly right there. And she's clearly got a blind cane. That's how she didn't see him. Oh my god. What does she think you're waving that stick around for? Funsies? Now, I'm fully blind, but I don't wear sunglasses. Mostly because I can't afford a good UV blocking pair. But also because I'm not looking for pity or to play the part of a generic blind person. I just want to be treated like a normal person. But I do understand her confusion, as blindness is a spectrum, so I try to calmly explain. Me: ma'am, I'm blind. I can't see anything, let alone your son. That's why I have to use the cane, so I can get around without... She cuts me off. If you're blind, why aren't you wearing big sunglasses? Yeah, and where's your dog? Blind people always have dogs with them. Now, as a blind person, I get a lot of stupid questions. But I understand a lot of them are just people who don't know any better, so I try to answer as many as I can. Me: those are really expensive, around $200 for a good pair, and I don't really need any inside. Entitled mother: you're not blind, you're just faking it. For what reason? Here is where my blood began to boil. I can't think of any reason where someone would want to pretend to be blind. It's actual hell. And nothing pisses me off more than someone who calls me a liar when I'm not. Just as I was about to respond, I felt a tug, and before I could even blink, I realised that this little demon spawn had snatched my $100 cane from my hands. For those of you who don't understand, it's like if you're shopping and suddenly the power goes out and you can't see a single light. Without my cane, I can barely move at all without crashing into anything. My voice became shaky as I began to panic. Please give that back, I really do need it. Entitled mother: no you don't, you liar. My son deserves to play with this more than you. I heard her shuffle away and my expensive cane cracking into metal displays as they left. I started crying and waving my arms around in front of me, trying to grab onto something, anything, and ended up crashing and falling into a center aisle display, making a loud scene. I somewhat curled into a ball and cried. I'm alone in public, in the dark, and I had no idea what to do. Suddenly, I felt a hand on my shoulder and a man's voice. We'll call him AG for awesome guy. He asked if I was okay and to stay right here. I did, but sat up and listened. This man must have been tall and built like a tank because his footsteps sounded like a giant and I felt a suction of wind as he took off. Maybe about 30 or 40 feet away, I heard this loud bellowing, like an angry lion, and a loud crash. Then, before I knew it, the man was back and helping me to my feet. He took my hand and put my cane into my palm, and helped me pick up the items I dropped when I fell into the display. Me, wiping tears away from my cheeks. Thank you so much, I didn't know how to handle that. AG, don't worry about it, some people are just monsters. This guy restored my faith in humanity, and even helped me finish my shopping and helped me out of the store. As we were leaving, I heard the familiar screeching of entitled mother, something about AG grabbing the cane and pulling hard, flinging her little demon child into a shopping cart. I don't know if she was exaggerating or not, but it would explain the crash I heard. It's easy to feel alone in a world without sight, but even through the sheer terror of being stripped of my cane, at least I now know there are some people willing to stand up for me if I need it. What on earth? What kind of person steals a blind person's cane? I'm glad this ended up being so wholesome. Just remember, in a world full of Karens, there are still some awesome people out there, like AG. Neighbour's mother wants my husband's parking spot permanently, posted by Naginamo101. Our car was stolen in June and then returned to us at the end of July. It was pretty messed up and is in the shop being worked on at the moment. My husband told our neighbour's mother, who visits often, that she can no longer park in our parking spot. All was well and good, until today, when I was coming home from some errands. The lady was on our stoop asking for my husband, and if he could extend her parking allowance in our spot. She explained how she's moving into the townhouse next to us to help care for her grandkids. She said that us losing our car was great, so that she could park closer to the townhouse and not have to park on the street. I'm so glad you had your car stolen. It was just great for me. Made my life so much more convenient. Now, if you could just go get arrested and go to jail or something so I can move into your home, I'd really appreciate it. I told her the car's being returned in October and you have until then to make arrangements. This woman, who I'm assuming has no sense of reality, said that the chances of our car ever working again is nil, and that we should just give her our parking spot. Oh, I love this woman. Our townhouses have assigned parking and guest parking spots are adjacent. I told her she has to wait until my husband comes home and talk to him. She literally said that she won't talk to him and will just take the spot whenever she wants, regardless of if we get our car working or not. Well, enjoy having your car towed. I know it seems petty, but I'm considering calling a tow truck the next time she does this. Yes, embrace the petty side. Update. Our neighbour, who is the son of this woman, has gotten involved and sided with us on the matter. He had also told his mother to park in the guest parking spots from now on, or to not come here at all. She also lied about moving in. Big surprise. Her son has given me his blessing to call a tow truck if she does it again. Sounds like the son doesn't want her coming over all the time either. I wonder why? Thanks for watching, and remember, in a world full of Karens, be an AG. See you next time!